There was a time in the NBA when every arena felt a shockwave the moment Derrick Rose touched the ball. A time when fans didn't watch him, they witnessed him. A time when every possession could turn into a human highlight film. And somehow with everything that came after, the world slowly forgot just how insane prime Derrick Rose truly was. Tonight, we dive back into the legend, the explosiveness, the fearlessness, the youngest MVP in NBA history. 30 minutes of greatness that felt like it belonged in a video game, but was absolutely real. Derrick Rose didn't just play basketball, he rewrote gravity. Standing Dua, he moved like a meteor breaking through Earth's atmosphere. His first step wasn't elite. It was catastrophic for defenders. One bounce, one shift of momentum, and the entire defense was suddenly out of position. Guards couldn't stay in front of him. Bigs couldn't meet him at the rim. Nobody could predict his next move because half the time he couldn't either. His game was pure instinct, pure reaction, pure electricity. Before he was a global icon, Rose was the hope of Chicago, a kid from Englewood who didn't run from pressure. He welcomed it, and in 2011, he delivered a season so outrageous that to this day, men still argue it might be the best individual season ever produced by a point guard under 23 years old. Think about it, 22 years old, leading the league in scoring among guards, carrying a roster with no more second superstar to the best record in the entire NBA, beating prime LeBron, prime Wade, prime Kobe, prime Dwight, prime Celtics, and he didn't just lead, he dominated. When you watch the highlights from that era, you realize quickly, there was simply no more comparison. Derrick Rose didn't play like a traditional point guard or a traditional scorer. He played like an athletic anomaly, the kind that only appears once every generation. He would cross left, plant, explode, and suddenly he was 5 feet above the ground finishing a reverse layup nobody else could even attempt. Some players jump high, but Rose, he levitated. And then he would hang in the air just long enough to twist his body into impossible angles, switching hands, contorting mid-flight, and finishing over players half a foot taller. What made prime Rose unforgettable wasn't just athleticism. It was control through chaos. His drives looked wild, but every movement was intentional. His footwork was insane. His balance was outrageous. His timing, his hesitation dribble, his fake spin into a backwards layup, all of it felt like watching art in motion. And then, of course, the dunks. To this day, fans still get chills watching them. Rose didn't dunk like a god. He exploded like a nuclear blast. 2-foot takeoff, full extension, hammer finish. Crowds didn't cheer, they screamed. Broadcasters didn't doubt, they lost their minds. The league had never seen a point guard that took the rim with that level of violence. But what truly made prime Derrick Rose special was the confidence, the energy, the leadership. He had the city of Chicago behind him, and he carried that weight like it was nothing. In crunch time, he didn't disappear, he took over. Step-back jumpers, floaters from impossible angles, clutch layups over elite defenders. He delivered moment after moment, season after season. There was a stretch where Derrick Rose was the most feared point guard in the world. Ask any all-star from that era, they'll tell you. No more one wanted to guard him. No more one could keep up with him. And when he entered the paint, the entire defense panicked. Then came the injuries, and that's the part that makes this story unforgettable. Because the fall was heartbreaking, but the rise was legendary. People talk about Derrick Rose like his career ended in 2012. They forget the 50-point game in Minnesota. They forget the countless clutch nights across multiple teams. They forget the evolution, the resilience, the emotional comeback that made the entire NBA world cry. But prime Derrick Rose, that's something you never forget once you see it again. So as you watch this 30-minute highlight film, remember this: Derrick Rose wasn't just explosive. He wasn't just athletic. He wasn't just the youngest MVP ever. He was a phenomenon, a miracle, a moment in NBA history when a kid from Chicago took the entire league hostage and showed us what basketball looked like in its purest, most electrifying form. The world might have forgotten how insane prime Derrick Rose was, but today we'll remember.